In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create and use a frame filter inside of Morgen. At the moment, you can see I have my blue work calendar and my orange personal calendar events showing, but I then have a long list of tasks inside of Morgen. All of these tasks are in my Morgen task list, then I have 3 personal tasks, and then I have 2 tasks inside of the inbox. In an ideal week, I would get my Morgen work tasks done from 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock during the day. So if I create a slot on the calendar, I can create an event, create a task, or create a frame. I'm going to call this frame Morgen work because that is what I want to be doing in this time frame. I'm going to actually change the calendar from my task calendar to the frame calendar inside of my Google Calendar. You'll notice the frame is now green to match that calendar color. And then you'll notice the filter tasks at the moment show any, because at the moment, any task can be filtered into this frame. But when I click on the frame filter, I can add one of these saved filters I have, or I can pick from any of the integrations I have connected. So Morgen, Notion, Google Tasks, or Obsidian. But I'm going to click on the Morgen saved filter, and you'll notice it's picked up the Morgen task list, Morgen, and the Notion space example database 1. There is also now a number 10 instead of any because there are 10 tasks that Morgen can currently see in these 2 lists. The default setting, as we've created it on a Friday, is for it to repeat every weekday, but I can change this to every day, every week, every month, every year, or a custom repeat, or I can say no repeat and just have this frame as one unique frame. From here, I can push save and then go back to my calendar, or I can push schedule. And when I push schedule, it activates the AI planner. And you'll notice the frame is on Friday, but it's also on next Monday because I've said every weekday. If we then take a look, we can see these tasks are hovering. This has a green outline and a green calendar showing. This is going to go into the frame calendar, but it's also showing the N for Notion because it's a Notion specific task. If we go to that task view, you can see there is the task, but it also has a checkered background because it's actually being suggested after the due date, which is what the warning in the task is saying. This task is scheduled after its due date if we choose to schedule all, and this task is being suggested first because it's high priority. If we have a look on the Monday suggestions, we have script Morgen video and prepare the office hour, but these have a purple outline because if we go to the Morgen task list, and scroll down, you can see the Morgen task list color is purple. So we've got green for the frame calendar, purple for the Morgen task list. So I'm going to schedule all of those suggestions. We now have that task added in the frame, and then I'm going to add another frame for when I'm working in Morgen. And I've done the exact same thing, keeping it to weekday, save. Now if I go to next week, you'll notice we've got the frames from 9 till 11 and from 12 till 4. And then later on from 5 till 7, I want to do my personal tasks, and those tasks go into my tasks calendar. I have a frame in a different calendar, different name, filtered task list, and because I don't have a saved filter, I'm going to use the Morgen and go down to the personal task list, and you can see we've got 3 because there's currently 3 tasks in that list. Then save. Now if I push the AI planner, it will give us the Morgen suggestions for the Morgen time frame and then the personal task suggestions inside of the personal task frame. I can, let's say, ignore that task, and I actually think emptying intercom is going to take a little bit longer, so I'm going to manually change this so you can see this is no longer hovering because I've scheduled the task by changing the time, and it's also removed the flexible icon, so it's not going to change when I ask Morgen to reschedule tasks later on, but I'm happy with all the other suggestions, so I'm going to schedule all. And now when I look at my schedule for tomorrow, everything is in place.